6 officers from the BVI Fire Department and a contingent from Visar participated in 2 emergency demonstration exercises aboard the RFA Wave Knight on Wednesday, March 6th. The UK Naval Support Ship arrived on the BVI on March 5th as part of a 3-day visit during her deployment to the region on Atlantic Patrol Tasking North as part of a year-round commitment to the region in support of humanitarian aid, disaster relief, and counter-narcotics operations. The ship's commanding officer, Ross Ferris, said the Wave Knight is on an introductory tour of the British overseas territories.
We're trying to agree procedures between ourselves and Visar, as it happens to be in the Virgin Islands, so that we have some compatibility with our procedures and theirs in the event of having to get a casualty off the ship and ashore.
And what are some of the tips you think you might be passing on to the Visar members?
Well, I think the scenario we're looking at here is someone's been injured in an enclosed space, so we've had to rescue them from an enclosed space and brought them out. They need to be taken ashore and hospitalised. They're currently stretchered, so clearly they can't walk down a gangway or climb down a pilot ladder. So how do you get them off? And the best way that we perceive to do that is put them in what would effectively be our rescue boat and lower them down to the reception in our rescue boat and send them ashore in that way. Obviously manned with our medical people and the assistance of the shore authorities.
Leading Fire Officer Gaston Walters noted some of the similarities and differences between the tools used by the fire department versus those they were introduced to during the demonstrations of the RFA Wave Knight.
Basically, we all have the Halmacho team, one of the tools. Basically, it works the same way, but we use with a damper. They use hydraulics. We use hydraulics also, but they use a damper. The method of cutting is simply different to ours. Ours are a little faster. That's the only difference between the both of them. But basically, they do the same principle, cutting.
And how you, and of course, your other team members benefited from this demonstration today?
What benefit is that they can see how harder it is to work using the pump rather than using the machine. So it's way harder using the pump mechanism other than the machine. So we use the machine, which makes it a little quicker because when we respond to a call, we have to make sure that we spend a limited amount of time trying to get the persons out of the vehicle.
Wave Knight's Humanitarian Aid and Disaster Relief Command team will be meeting with the Department of Disaster Management, touring the island's disaster relief facilities, and demonstrating the support capacities that the ship's company can deliver if required. Prior to deployment, the ship's company completed a humanitarian aid and disaster relief training package which tested and developed its ability to plan and deliver support to relief operations. Members of the ship's company volunteered to assist in the renovation of the old prison grounds on Main Street as part of the redevelopment of the area as a museum.
They're off to do a community project, so they're off to do, I believe, the HMP Museum. I believe they're going to do some work assisting with the maintenance there. We did one in Grand Turk where we helped clear some ground for a children's football.
The Wave Knight's visit culminated with an evening reception with the Governor, the Premier and local dignitaries. RFA Wave Knight is a 31,500-ton fleet tanker which has the ability to refuel other naval vessels at sea from its 3 beam rigs and 1 stern rig, as well as carrying dry stores. The Wave Knight completed similar operations in Turks and Caicos before stopping in the BVI and then on to Anguilla, followed by Antigua and other destinations in the region.